So what did you miss today at Jubilee? Well, today you missed the first Sunday of Lent. You missed the time change, and maybe that's why you weren't with us at Jubilee today. The clocks sprung forward, and so a lot of us were a little bleary-eyed and cranky, but there were a lot of us, so I don't think it kept too many people away. We gathered together to begin the journey of Lent. We began with communion. And we heard the familiar story, this time from Luke's Gospel, of Jesus being tempted in the wilderness. And we wondered together about temptation. And how it's not so much a single thing to overcome or a series or a course whereupon we graduate and get a diploma and never have to do it again. But temptation comes with every choice and every decision that we make. And every day there are new choices, new decisions, every moment. And sometimes they're difficult and sometimes they're easy. But the thing is that every choice we make shapes who we are. Whether it has a large effect on the world or a small effect, it affects who we are. We took the opportunity to wonder a little bit who it is that we have worshipped, who it is who has shortcutted us to positions of power. You may recall that the devil offered Jesus all the kingdoms, to rule over all the kingdoms that they could see if he simply worshipped him. And that's not a temptation that many of us deal with, and yet many of us are in positions of authority or power or have had success, not simply because we were the best qualified or worked the hardest, but sometimes because of the advantage that we've been given, the position of privilege that we find ourselves. And so Lent is an opportunity for us to look at where we are, how we got to be here, and how much of that is privilege. And not to therefore feel we're unworthy, but to acknowledge that privilege and to stop trying to increase that privilege, but in fact empower others. To recognize that all of us are wonderfully created by God. And in releasing privilege, we begin to stop kneeling before powers that are not God. We thought about that. We also recognize that that's really hard, and sometimes it's just, I don't want to, I can't, it's too much, I don't know how. As if to say, God, you take care of it. Kind of like when the devil invites Jesus to throw himself from that great height. Not to worry, because God will catch him. Angels will come. He will not dash his foot against a stone. It is tempting to give up. But we are meant to be in this together. And we don't have to get it right every time, but we have to be working that way. There is forgiveness, there is grace, and we're not doing this alone. So we talked about that today. This idea that we're not in this alone, and how we find that grace. And how we recognize that everything that we do matters. Sometimes it matters because it changes the world in very obvious ways. Sometimes it matters because it changes us, often in more subtle ways. And with all that in our heads, we came to the table that we might share a meal. And we all came with different understandings, different expectations perhaps, but we all came knowing that there was something there for us. In the bread, in the juice, in the story, in the gathering as community, in the formal words about God and Jesus, or in that feeling we get when we are together and we just know that there is more. That brought us to the table. And that hopefully will carry us through our journey of Lent. So I'm sorry you weren't with us today, but hopefully you will be with us on this journey of Lent, this time of looking in, of recognizing the choices and the opportunities that are presented to us, understanding how we got to be who we are, where we are, and aligning all of that with the one who loves us more than we can imagine. Recognizing that we're not alone and doing the best we can with that incredible gift. Look forward to seeing you soon. Until we do, God bless you. Get here soon. We miss you.